hospital workers, healthcare workers, essentially being a cheating playground. I was not expecting everybody in there to have a story. And today I'm going to talk about the military because I was in the military. And the level of cheating and affairs, I would say, is even higher than hospital workers. When I tell you higher ups, staff sergeants, gunnies, mass sergeants, sergeant majors, they're fucking the junior Marines. I'm telling you, especially if they're from a different squadron. They do it. You just don't know about it. I knew a sergeant major who slept with a lance corporal, and I don't even know what happened to him. I know they moved him. But can you imagine doing that to your career because you want to get some cheeks from somebody who's new to the fleet, which is basically their unit? A lot of people are married and they go on a 9-month deployment and they come back, they got a baby. I've heard of that time and time again. I've heard women sleeping with multiple higher-ups in their unit and they get promotions. I mean, you hear these stories and you see them firsthand and you don't really want to believe it, but it's true. And all the military spouses in my comments, I know they're going to be like, not my man, not my man, not my man. I'm telling you, if you don't know where your man is going, and if he's working 12, 6 days a week, and he's telling you that it's just, you know, the higher-ups are keeping us over, he's fucking. Y'all gotta be careful, and y'all gotta check your babies. Make sure they're yours. Because I know at least two that had kids, but they quite literally started.
That is diabolical. Check your babies is crazy, man. And I'm going to be honest, being that I have a whole bunch of homies in the military, everything he's saying is absolutely true. It doesn't just come down to the nurses, but in hindsight, everybody cheating. Nurses, doctors, military, flight attendants, warehouse workers, car salesmen even. Everybody is getting it in with everybody, and it's kind of sad, man, because coming from a biblical standpoint, if I have a wife, you know, I'm not trying to break one of the biggest 10 commandments there is, and that's having an affair. But a lot of people just don't care, you know, and it comes down to a mind thing, a discipline thing, and he's absolutely 100% correct. Military men and women. But again, you know, I went to the University of South Carolina and I was hanging around a lot of people that was at Fort Jackson, Army Base. Then you have Shaw Air Force Base out there in Sumter. Hey, man, I've dealt with a lot of military people, not in that capacity, but just friends, or they come to the city. Columbia is a college town, and you get to network and know people, and you eventually get close with certain people, and you find out like, yeah, man, military people are they're kind of grimy, man. Military people are grimy. They like to get it in anywhere they can, and he's absolutely correct. All the fresh meat, as they say, that come in, that's just joining the military, those are the easy targets. Easy targets for sure. And all my military people, comment down below. I'm pretty sure y'all got some stories, man. Y'all got some stories or know of some stories to validate everything me and this young man is saying to be true. So it's just, it's crazy, man. Now, I will say I've heard of higher ranking officers, captains, majors that have completely lost it because it is against policy to date within your unit. That is something that is against policy. So, hey, it's crazy.
Raising children that wasn't theirs, and they found out much later. If you were in the military, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody else, let me know your stories, especially if you dated somebody in the military.
It's so easy to cheat and be cheated on as a healthcare worker. You heard me. It is so easy to cheat and be cheated on as a healthcare worker. So you better make sure that you are with somebody that you can absolutely trust. And it doesn't matter whether you be the healthcare worker or the spouse or the partner of the healthcare worker. Most of us that are at the bedside doing bedside care, whether you be a nurse or a respiratory therapist like myself, most of us work a 12-hour shift. That 12 hours does not include your job into work, and that 12 hours does not include your job back home from work. So that is a half a day to participate in fuck shit. That's a half a day to cover your tracks. That's a half a day to come up with lies that actually can't be verified. And I'm going to tell you how those lies can be verified. You cannot always go by the schedule that they tell you, because it's easy to lie about the days that you're working. And it cannot always be verified. There's always somebody that's going to want to switch their shift. And that is prevalent in nursing and respiratory. Nurses and respiratory therapists that are switching shifts. We work at a hospital, so it is very permissible for me to say I couldn't answer my phone because of a medical emergency. You can't verify if I'm telling you a lie about that. Because there have actually been codes that I have been in where I could not answer my phone. I've been away in medical procedures like MRI where I could not answer my phone. How are you going to verify that?
It's the fact that he's doing this at work too. It's so funny to me.
I can't verify what you're doing because I'm gone for half the day. Most of the people that cheat in healthcare, they cheat with their coworkers or they cheat with somebody that works at the hospital. You think about it this way, there are thousands of people that work at even the smallest hospital. So you have a wide variety to choose from if you want to participate in fornication or adultery. There's so many nooks and crannies that you can hide off with. To fuck around with somebody, empty rooms that you can go off into and have a whole good time. And your lover not know anything about it. So like I said, if you're gonna date somebody in healthcare, make sure it's somebody that you can trust. And if you're in healthcare dating somebody, make sure it's somebody that you can trust. That's it, that's all. Bye.
It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna put too much of my personal, whatever, man. I don't trust nobody. I've gotten to a point where it's hard. It's hard to trust anybody, honestly. And he made the video a little bit funny, but he actually was saying a lot of truth in that video. And even reading some of the comments, one lady was like, yeah, divorcing a travel nurse right now. He cheated in every single city he traveled to for over 9 years of our marriage. Don't do it. It will become a toxic environment and your whole co-workers will know your tea and they will figure it out. But it's like, y'all don't really care about that. Y'all don't care about who knows what they do and what they don't know. Right? And a lot of people make the excuse that because they work so much, which really 3 days out of the week, 12-hour shifts, it's like, but they say because they have so much time at work, it's so much easier just to have your work bay, right? Have a work bay or have somebody you best with at work, because majority of the time you're with your co-workers more than you are with your actual family. Not a good excuse, but it just happens, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Would y'all date any type of travel professional? Travel nurse, flight attendants, truck drivers? They say that those are the people that are more likely willing to cheat. Statistically, it seems so. We always hear the stories about it, but I want to hear from you guys. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.